Namaskar. Today on India Thinks, I want to speak about the pathetic scenes and how Himachal is facing nature's fury and how people are really facing very negative environment and living a very bad nature's fury. Friends, monsoon rains in Himachal Pradesh and landslides have caused a lots of havoc, and the death toll in the recent incidents of heavy rains and landslides have risen to 74, and this may increase more also. And against this backdrop, it is apt to say that the past calamities of Uttarakhand and now Himachal Pradesh have raised many questions on hilly areas. Whether hill life will become impossible or we have to learn to live in a new way, to live safely and carefree on fragile mountains. Friends, the destruction of life and property due to heavy rains and landslides in these mountains is really worrying. And this is not the first time that such devastation has happened in the mountains. Even before this, such devastation has been taking place in the hilly states of the country. And in these devastations, not only a large number of people are losing their lives, but private and government properties are also getting damaged and already damaged. In such a situation, now the questions arises that what lessons have we learned to take steps towards minimizing the devastation caused by the frequent disasters? And is it appropriate to set development plans, roads, building construction, tunnels, industrial undertakings and tourism on the mountains like normal land, that plain areas? It is necessary to investigate the regions for increasing incidents of landslides. Hydropower projects on the mountains are a major reason for frequent landslides, and during the project, blasting is done to make the tunnel. And the use of heavy machinery causes strong vibrations on the mountains. The ecosystem of Himachal Pradesh is still very sensitive, and due to continuous cutting of trees in these states and the age of existing mountains also decreases. The possibility of landslide also increases, and apart from this, climate change can also be considered a reason for increasing the cases of landslides. In February last year, NASA released a report, and according to that, climate change can increase landslides in Himalayan glacial lake areas from June to September. And also, it may have to face the disaster of flood. But why didn't we learn from such predictions? Today, Himalaya has become the Himalaya of forests. Over the decades, there has been indiscriminate exploitation of natural resources in the name of development, especially in the states of Himalaya region. And not only this, by playing with nature, such construction is being erected against the rules, which has brought destruction with floods and landslides. The question is also, what should be the scale of development in hill states? If construction activities are necessary somewhere in the name of development, it should be capable of withstanding disasters along with planning. It is generally seen that in the name of promoting tourism in these states, such huge buildings were erected which not only proved incapable of withstanding floods and landslides, but were also that is harmful to the environment. In such a construction, the expectation of vigilance at the government level was ignored. We have handed over the mountains to marketism. The kind of infrastructure from the past area to the residential area, hotels, they all have been constructed indiscriminately and have dug the mountains on one side and on the other side by making concrete construction work on them. Friends, the burden has increased manifold, due to which the appearance of these beautiful places created by nature is changing. And recently, we had seen the condition of Joshimath, the base town of Badrinath pilgrimage, how this city has started to crack. Before that, I had also seen the destruction that took place in Sri Kedarnath. All these things are the result of increasing the burden on the mountains and the result of cutting and digging the mountains in an unaccountable way. If landslides happen at 10 places on Kalka Simla Highway up to Solan, then we have to think where the mistake has happened. And if houses are stopped collapsing on the hills of Simla city, then we have to think what are the rules for the construction of buildings in such places. Man's greed and insensitivity has also increased to the extent of tragedy in the mountains, which has become a major cause of imbalance and destruction of mountain with its wildlife, birds, nature and environment. Friends, India will have to prepare a development policy for its mountains. Only geologists can have a major role in this work. Only then mountains can withhold such devastations. Friends, I want to mention here one thing, that when I went to Simla, Himachal Pradesh last time, I had a very work meeting with the governor of Himachal Pradesh, and he told me that he has formed a committee with all the IITs of India and with all the expert groups working for landslides. And Government of India along with international agencies, with the initiative of Governor of Himachal Pradesh, they had taken a good decisions how to tackle landslide issues. But I must say here that nobody should play politics what is happening now in Himachal. The situation is really devastating. I was listening to former Chief Minister Jairam Thakur yesterday. He was of the opinion that whatever the government is doing now, it should have take precaution before that. Before that, the government should take actions. Government should take alarm calls and aware the people about the devastating state of affairs that is going on. If Government of India and Government of Himachal along with top expert groups with our IITians, India can find a way for the solution, but it is high time to think how the tourism infrastructure developments in the hill stations should be planned properly. The government should never henceforth allow this sort of constructions that is taking hundreds of lives, and due to floods, the people, the really hilly people, those who are living in Himachal, they are living a hell's life. We must pray to God that the situation should be normalized very soon and the people of Himachal must live a normal life. We pray to God. That's all for today. Stay tuned with Uday India. Bharat Mata ki Jai.